today we've got one that I think we all need to hear. So, podcast episode number 7-ish.
7.
Oh my goodness. Today's topic is for the overstimulated mama who's here for So, this is all of us, right? We're those people who are juggling 500 million hats every single day and mentally overloaded most of the time and just trying to get our to-do list done, which is never ending, right?
Never ending.
And so today we're going to talk about how that feels and see if you guys can relate because we definitely can, but we also want to offer some tips, some tricks on how to stay rooted, stay grounded through this more challenging time period that nobody talks about enough.
True that. This is for the moms who are working full-time, working part-time,
Yeah.
or just staying home with their kids. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I think we can all agree that we feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, and we need help. And that's what we're going to do for you today. I didn't mean to say just staying home with kids. We know it's not just staying home. Trust me, I know. Woo!
All right. So look at my look today. Go ahead and check me out, girl. You
It's
see
gorgeous.
my hair, this curl, my makeup's on.
Huh, mama.
Now, let me tell you what I had to sacrifice to get everything done, to just get here today. And I wasn't even on time, which is also
Just me always.
mom time, right? I had to sacrifice Cheerios on the floor, literally spilling the bag,
Yep.
while I was trying to curl my hair. Then my little girl ran into the living room and I have little cameras kind of set up all over the house. And I thought, okay, well, she's busy. She's fine. So I'm going to finish getting my outfit on for the day. Right. Come to find out, walked into the living room. She had poured milk in both of my shoes that were in there. And all the whole time I'm thinking, it's okay. It's okay because I was able to get done and we are on our way out the door.
Mhm.
So I sacrificed some things. I usually tell myself that's a smaller fire than, you know, if I don't get out the door or if I
Right.
don't get something else done. And I can handle, I'll put out the smaller fire later.
Yes.
It's that constant juggle. I know you can relate to this.
It is. And the thing that like makes us cringe though is then we leave the house knowing that it's a disaster. And it's like, but we got to go. We have to get out of the house and get moving. And that happens to me on a daily basis. I
Mm.
mean, every morning it is just trying to get up, get everybody ready. Typically I'm pulling the girls out of bed 3 minutes before we have to be out the door.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, you know, on the days that I can get up before them and make sure I'm ready to go, like it helps tremendously. But on the days that I keep pushing snooze and then it's just makes the rest of the morning absolute chaos.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard. And then it kind of starts the day off just on the wrong foot. And so I think we can all relate with total chaos typically all the time.
Yeah.
It is the season we're in, but there's got to be a way to help take off some of this mental load and feel a little bit less chaotic. And you know what? We need help ourselves figuring this out, which is why we wanted to bring this episode to you today.
Yeah.
But also, like Jenny was telling you earlier, she had to go research ways to make sure that we could give you these strategies to help with this mental load.
Yeah.
Because we're experiencing it too.
Quite literally on the way here, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say to benefit you guys because I need this help.
We need the help.
Just as much. So what I did is I made a list, quite literally a list of things that I could do to improve that overstimulation. We can't avoid it. It's going to be there, but what can we do to make it feel better? So before we get into tips and tricks, let's talk about the why behind the feeling of overstimulation or constant chaos. Starting with our nutrition. So as moms, we're often like, trying to put something on the table quick or trying to make something in a hurry
Right.
because we've got the next to do on our to do list, or maybe we have to get out the door in a hurry. So sometimes meals are quick and rushed and not well planned, right?
Yes.
And that makes it difficult to control blood sugar or to make us get enough protein in, some of these things that make us feel better regulated.
Right. I mean, how many times are we, I mean, for me especially, taking quick bites of the mac and cheese while I'm making it, or
Yeah.
packing them snacks and throwing some snacks in my mouth without even thinking?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I'm doing that, it's because I'm feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated and just,
Yeah.
not in control. So I'm just throwing food in there, not
Yeah.
paying attention. And when we're doing that, that's not properly fueling our bodies. So we're not going to feel our best.
Yeah. So that's the first pillar. Um, Exercise. Woo! So oftentimes it's not that we don't have the time to exercise, it's that we don't have the capacity.
Hmm.
Oh, I can relate to this so, so much because on those days that I work a really long work day and I have to hit a workout at the end of the day, it is, oh, I could go, right? I have a couple hours where I could get it done. But
Right.
sometimes I'm just, I
You
don't
don't
want to
want
do
to.
anything.
No. You're exhausted. Mentally, obviously, physically too, just
Yeah.
but mentally, if you're mentally exhausted, it's really hard to make yourself go do something physical. But also, that is the key,
Yeah.
is to
Absolutely.
go move your body, and that's going to help with this. And I can relate to
Yes.
that too. Just, I mean, every day is just being with my kids 24/7, and I don't really feel like I have that off time.
Yeah.
I have to be
Yeah.
on all the
You're
time
never off.
until they go to bed, and then it's like, okay, now I need to try to get some things done, and I don't want
Yeah.
to. So, working out in the morning, I have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is a lot harder. And I know a lot of moms, they make themselves get up before work and get it
Mhm.
done because they know by the nighttime it's
Yeah.
probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
And but that can't always work either. I used to work out really early, and now probably not because I stay up too late. And then, like, I know in the morning, like, I need that sleep before the day starts if I'm gonna,
And and
not
here's
be
the
grouchy.
and here's the thing in your story is you're staying up late to get more things done, or you're
Right.
getting up early to get something else done. And
Yes.
that goes back to that, like as moms, we're never fully off, right?
Ever.
Ever.
And that's exhausting.
Yeah. And that's exhausting.
But
So,
if we can find that time just to do something,
yeah.
obviously it's gonna help a lot.
And right? If you look back at seasons where you're showing up in the gym regularly, man, we feel so much better outside the
Mm.
gym. Like so
Yes.
much goes more smoothly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think too, you have to remember you don't have to be in there, you don't have to work out 6 days a week. That
Yeah.
you as a busy mom, if you can get in 3 to 4 days, do what you can in the
Right.
time that you have. That's going to help. And then eventually you will be able to maybe have a few more days of workouts in there. But for now, you find those little pieces of time for yourself and just start moving.
Start moving. So, better nutrition, not always possible, but do the best you can when you
Mhm.
can. Work out as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
Third pillar, sleep. So,
Hmm. I can't
busy,
talk about this
right?
one.
Right? It's challenging to get really optimal sleep, um, regardless of where you're at in motherhood. Small babies, well, we all know small babies don't always sleep all the way through the night, and
Right.
we're still a toddler and have a hard time sleeping all the way through the night. So I haven't slept well for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I've never slept all the way through the night in a year and a half. Other
I
people,
feel you.
older kids, how's your sleep, Kylie?
Well, better than yours. Except I self-sabotage because I stay up too late and then I'm not getting enough sleep. But you know what? I was just telling Sam this. I'm like, literally, the moment I lay down and go to sleep, like 12:30, 1, I'm like, okay, finally, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Mhm.
My dog starts scratching to get out. I'm like, well, it's not even my kids anymore. So I know some of you who your kids are older, your dogs are getting you up too. Like there's always something I feel like that disrupts the sleep. But otherwise, yes, as the kids get older, they sleep better. But I remember being in that situation, and so many of you are as well, where you're not getting very much sleep, consistently
Yeah.
because you have kids and mine one still comes over and just climbs in. I'm like, get in.
Yeah.
I think I'm still like half asleep, but you do what you got to do to get as much sleep as possible.
Yeah.
Says me who can't get to bed early.
Well, this is what we're talking about, like, why these things are hard, and then where we're kind of going is, okay, we can't control these things, but maybe there's some other tips and tricks that we can
Yes,
start to help these things get better regulated or just help us feel better, really.
exactly.
So fourth pillar of health, stress management. This is what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Managing all of this overload, right, is difficult. And oftentimes we feel that as overstimulation,
Yes,
mind racing, can't focus,
yes.
right?
Every day.
Just like, yes. This is yes. Just a big yes.
And it is hard. And I mean, being moms truly is the best job title that
Yeah.
we could have, but it does bring up lots of challenges. And it is one of the hardest things that we do. And I
Mm,
think it's normal. And I want people to know this that you're not alone if you are feeling
yeah.
so overwhelmed all the time. And if you feel like you're not getting much done, because that happens to me a lot. And then we
Mhm.
have to think, okay, let's actually think about this. So maybe my to do list is not being checked off, but
Yeah.
what else did we actually get done today?
Yeah.
I hung out with my girls, we played together,
Yeah.
or um, everyone was fed and got baths done and
Yeah.
had, a successful day. Those things are
Mhm.
so important. And so
That's
we
so good to
kind
hear.
of have to take a step back, realize where we're at right now, and that, what, some of these other things can wait. Like this laundry
Ah,
on my couch,
yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. Now it's hard
I know.
after a few days, but like other things too, the bigger things on your to do list that maybe now's not the season to get them done.
Yeah.
That there will be another time. If they're not super important, there will be another time to do it. So really focus on the things that you actually are getting done and be
Yeah.
proud of
I love
yourself for
that.
that, at the end of the day. And I'm preaching to myself because it is so easy just to think that, oh, I did nothing productive today.
Yeah.
How many times do I tell you my day wasn't very productive? Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I didn't do this, 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 but
Mhm.
none of that has to do with like actually taking care of my kids.
Yeah.
And that right there is my main focus. And that's what I need to
Yeah.
be doing.
I love
So
that.
it's just perspective.
I love that. That was so necessary for even me to hear. Um, some of this too is the feeling of the loss of independence, and we were chatting about this
Yes.
earlier. The stress is from the thought, "Man, I can't get anything done because maybe there's a little kid always pulling at your pant leg
Right.
or trying to be held," or something like that. So I was kinda joking with her earlier, and I remember somebody saying to me why when I was pregnant, "Are you ready to lose all your independence?" And I kinda took that and I was like, "Well, that's not how it's gonna feel, like, why are they even
Right.
saying that? I can't wait to go to the grocery store with my kiddo and take her to wherever I'm going. She's gonna go everywhere with me, and I'm gonna love it." Well, what they were talking about was those things like when you're trying to get ready in the morning, there's gonna be a kid in your lap. When you're trying to get out the door, there's gonna be a kid who, wants food, at that point in time.
Yep.
Um, when you're trying to do the laundry, there's going to be somebody who, wants to help and kind of slow down the process and maybe only
Yes.
have 10 minutes to get that done. Whatever it is, that's what they were talking about when they said, "Are you ready to lose your independence?" That's what makes life a little bit stressful is and what I learned is when I can slow down and just invite her in to what I'm doing. It amazed me the other day. We were folding clothes and I was handing her a washcloth. I was folding the towels and I gave her the washcloth and she was watching me fold it. And I was trying to teach her, she was watching me how to fold the towel and I was trying to teach her how to fold the washcloth. And I showed her my way and she did it completely different and folded this washcloth. And I was
Oh,
like, mind blown.
you can do the laundry now.
You can do that. But that was like, okay, that was like a mom
'Cause
moment
they
for me.
want to
She
help.
just wants to help me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are capable. I mean, I think that a lot with my kids. Like, they're 3 and 5, and I'm like, "Oh, they're not old enough to do some of this stuff," but they are, and they
Yeah.
want to help.
And they wanna help.
And it's a good bonding time too. Just
Yeah.
like and I feel like for them, it builds that confidence
Yeah.
also. When you
Yeah.
let them do things, even if it's not done the way you want it, which can be hard, but
Yeah.
They do it and it makes them think, "Oh, okay, I'm being helpful
Yeah.
and I can do this." And it helps build that confidence up.
Yeah. It was just
Good job, mama.
I know. It was a really kind of cute moment for me because I
That's
was
so
like,
cute.
"Man, I need to slow
Slow
down
down.
more
Right there.
often."
End of episode. Slow down. That is very hard. That is very hard to do, but you're so right on those. And some days are going to be a lot more rushed and busy than other days, but to really focus on the days that you are able to slow down and
Yeah.
make sure you take advantage of that. I think that's awesome. Any more pillars?
One more. Okay. Last pillar, community, that sense of community. This is a huge pillar people do not talk about
Yes.
often enough. And truthfully, why we love Muscles Are for Moms is because it provides that sense of community that we often feel like we lose when we get busy in our motherhood in that
Mhm.
role.
Yeah. It's so easy to feel like you're alone and that
Mhm.
you're doing this alone. And then like all the thoughts start going in your head, about just how hard it is and that you're not a good enough mom and the mom guilt. But
Mm,
then when you have somebody to talk to about all of this stuff
yeah.
and realize that, oh, this is normal.
Yeah.
I'm not the only mom that maybe loses my cool
Yeah.
or feels overstimulated and overwhelmed. Like it's typical amongst most moms having that helps so much. And then just
Yeah.
being able, it's almost like sometimes you do just need a vent. And so when you have that community to be like, oh my gosh, this is what happened today. And then somebody can say, oh, well, this happened to me too.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, it's a phase. You're going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
through this
So
because
good.
their
Yeah.
kids are maybe a little bit older, and they've gone through it. You need
She's
that.
talking to me.
But yes. But then, I have other friends that have older kids too, and they have to tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
So it just like trickles
Yeah.
amongst everybody. And it's so awesome because it really does bring you closer together because you are all going through the trenches
Mm.
right now together.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, but it is hard for men and husbands to truly understand
Yeah, they can't.
what we go through as a mom,
Yeah.
everything we do, but also the emotional part of it.
Yep.
I just feel like it hits different. And so when you have women and other moms to talk to, it makes it just a little bit easier
Yeah.
or a lot of bit easier.
A lot of it. It normalizes the situation.
Yes.
I actually had a patient call me, or it was a consult call, and she was telling me that she had some postpartum stuff she was dealing with. And in that conversation, she mentioned, people are so supportive when you're pregnant. They're like,
Mm,
hey, that journey is so you feel like everybody just is there for you, asks how you're doing, how you feeling,
yes.
like how's things going. And then when you have the kid, the child, people sort of disappear slowly, right?
So true.
It's so true. And she was like in the trenches.
That's when you need it the most.
And yeah, I was like, okay, you are so right. We do not talk about this period of time where arguably we need more support
Hmm.
during these years, right?
Absolutely. And it is hard if like physically you don't have that, but if you can find it virtually, we've
Yeah.
talked about this before,
Yes.
just with Muscles Are for Moms being
Yeah.
a group online,
Mm,
because that's still the conversations that we're having. We're not just talking all fitness and that we got our workout done or what we're
yeah.
eating. We're also showing what it's like to live our lives and how hard it is. And
Yeah.
people can relate and then they form those bonds. Or I love it too when I see somebody say, like, oh, you have a 2-year-old son. I'm a boy mama too. And mine's,
Yeah.
two or whatever. Like
Yeah.
finding people you can relate to. If you don't have it where you're at, where you're living at, you might not have that type of community.
Yeah.
And that is hard, but go somewhere, find those people that you can have a
Mm,
connection with, even if it has to be virtually for right now. And then, eventually you probably will meet other moms in your area that
yeah.
have kids if you don't have that right now.
Yeah. All right. So if you've stayed with us this long, that probably means you're relating to what we're
Mm.
saying. You're probably just like us, busy moms trying to get their entire to-do list done over in the day, which never works out well. So, continuing on that never-ending to-do list and feeling quite overstimulated in the process. So, if you're still with us, let's talk about tips and tricks to make this season feel lighter, simpler. And that's the first topic.
Okay, so tip number 1, simplify everything. And I know for me, what helps a ton is to make sure that I know exactly what I'm doing for workouts. I know exactly what I'm eating,
Mhm.
and it's not getting overcomplicated. I
Yeah.
am making sure, I mean, could it get monotonous? Of course. But if you don't have to think about that kind of stuff, then you can use that energy for something else. So
Yes. Yeah.
simple meals, kind of your same ones each week,
Yeah.
done. Workouts, if you have a program you're following and you know what you're
Mm.
doing, done. Those are 2 main things then that you don't have to think about because you just have it right there for you. You do it.
Yeah. Repeat,
Mhm.
repetition anytime you can. Even the clothes that you wear. If you have like
Yeah.
outfits that you're like, okay, this shirt goes with this pants, it looks great. Great. Keep that together in your
Why
mind.
do you think I wear a hat every day? One less thing.
Simple, right?
Keep it so simple.
Love it.
Okay, next.
So I'm going to say tip number 2 is lowering the input load. Turn off
Mhm.
the music, turn off the TV. Maybe you put your phone on silent,
Mhm.
right? Turn
Tip.
down all of that constant noise when you're trying to get something done, right? Lower the input.
I feel like after I became a mom was when I really like, noises started bothering me.
Yeah.
I
Overstimulated.
as a
Yeah.
babysitter, I don't remember feeling that way, but then, like, when I became a mom and I have all the crazy music or TV shows that are just, kind of annoying. I don't wanna say
Yeah.
annoying, but annoying,
Yeah.
like, going, and then your kids are really loud too, and then you got the dogs.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh. Yes.
"Ah!"
I know the feeling.
And I, like, will say, "Alexa, turn it off." The
Yeah.
moment I walk in the room, "Alexa,
Quiet, quiet.
turn it down, quiet." Or I'm turning the TV down, and I'm like, "I cannot." And so I love that tip.
Mm.
Turn some things off,
Just turn it off. Yeah.
and that's gonna help
Quite literally reduce the noise,
reduce the
right?
noise.
Okay. Tip number 3, build in little bitty, itty bitty micro nervous system resets.
Mm,
This is something I have to do. It doesn't have to be super lengthy. And for me, it's just a quick couple deep breaths to just okay,
yeah,
you got this. I can do this. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm going to relax. And it takes all of a few seconds to just take some deep breaths and think in that manner. Little
love it.
micro reset.
Love that. I think stepping outside, getting some fresh air, and
Yeah.
just especially with like cold fresh
Yeah.
air, it just kind of calms you down, wakes you up a little bit, but also like, and in the mornings I do my cold showers, same thing. It's resetting your nervous system. Some
Yeah.
other things could be making sure you're getting your sunlight. Going outside, letting the sunlight just hit your skin, that's gonna help too. Just kinda calm everything down and get you that
Mm,
reset. If you have to go listen to something motivating for just a couple minutes, I mean, there's
yeah.
so many things you can get on the internet,
Yeah.
YouTube, just something to put it in your mind, and that's why when I work out, like, lately, I've been having to go back to motivational speaking rather than music
Mm,
because of feeling like music sometimes is just too much, and you
yeah.
need to be listening to things. So, take some time. Read a couple pages out of something, just reset, and that's gonna get you ready to keep going.
Micro resets. I love that tip. Tip number 4, create one non-negotiable anchor in your day. A non-negotiable, something you're gonna do just for you every single day.
Mm,
What's that for you?
I think for me, it has to be move my body.
Yeah, yeah,
Whether it's a rest day or not, I still have to go on a walk, do something to keep this right.
yeah,
So for me, it's gonna have to be working out.
yeah. I love that. For me, I think working out makes me feel so much better in terms of like nervous system
Mhm.
regulation. So that's huge. Um, I'll often ask my husband to watch Charlie so that I can have an uninterrupted shower.
Ooh,
No,
good one.
no knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Nobody's trying to get in the door. Nobody's peeking their head through the shower
I
curtain.
love
Right?
that. Yeah, so think of one thing that you could start making it as a non-negotiable and that you will do it. That's gonna help a lot.
Just so you can get back a little bit of me time.
Yes.
All right. Number 5. I'm going to read this one. Lower the bar on non-essential things, and you actually touched on this
Mm,
earlier, and that's why I think it's fabulous that you said that. Everything does not need to be done perfectly. Choose what actually matters today and let
mhm.
the rest be good enough. Huge.
Woo! I
Yeah,
like it. I think that is going to help tremendously when you can just be okay with letting some things go and
yeah,
realizing what's important in the moment, learning how to prioritize, you know?
yeah.
One thing that helps me a lot is a brain dump. And so you get it
Mhm.
writing it down. Don't just use your phone and notes. Get a piece of paper, write down everything that you want to do, that you
Yes.
need to do. And it goes from
Yeah.
like scheduling appointments to, maybe little like tasks around the house, every single thing. And then go through it and say, okay, what needs to be done now? What can wait? And then once you have your now ones, you list those out. Okay, what's number one? Make a list of them. The things that can happen later, put them on paper because once you do that, you're clearing up some space
Mm,
up here. So put them on paper. That's there for later when the time is right. Then just focus on the things that absolutely need to get done. And then it's going to feel really, really good when you're able to cross it off
mm,
because you got it done. But when you have tons of thoughts up here, it just feels kind of like discombobulated. And there's so much to do that when you get that overwhelmed, a lot of times we do nothing then, right? I feel like
yes.
that too with
Yeah.
people who say that they feel like they have, they want to lose all this weight and they want to get fit. And so when they really think about everything that goes into it, they're like,
Oh,
I'm not doing it
can't
because
do it. Yeah.
there's too much.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same for this. If you can write everything down and then go ahead and prioritize it, you're going to start getting things done. And man, it's going to feel good.
I love that you do that. I have to do that
Mm.
too. It's one of the things that if I'm feeling overstimulated, my house is a wreck, there's laundry to be done, my desk is messy and not organized,
Hmm.
and I know that I need to rewrite my to-do list at that point. I'm like,
Yes.
sit down in your chair, rewrite what's most important to get done today. What are my highest priorities? And then I quite literally make an other list.
Yeah.
I'm not forgetting about the other things. It's just that they're not priority today. And I
Right.
can get them out of my brain, even if it's as
Yes.
simple as respond to this email,
Oh, yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
pick up the living room, or I'll
Yes.
write that stuff so that my
Dude.
brain is like, all right, now I don't have to remember all of the things. It's on paper.
Like it so much. I put wash your hair
Yeah.
because then I get to cross it off and it feels good. If I already did the task like dishes,
Yeah.
which I do every day, but I'm going to write it down so I can cross it off.
I
And
love it.
man, it feels good.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so yes, write it all down, prioritize, and then start taking on this like one little task at a time.
Yeah.
And that's going to create momentum. And too, when you said about your house, like how many of us feel like
Oh,
if our house is out of order, which is very common
yeah.
because of kids, um, if you can get that back in order, but not maybe, spotless,
Yeah.
but kind of decluttering a little bit, picking up whatever, that's going to help too. It's so much
Yeah.
easier to be productive in things when that's a little bit more, straightened out. Again, it doesn't have to be spotless, but I feel like when there's a connection there
Oh, absolutely.
with this and your house. And so, start there real quick. And for me, sometimes that means I go to my couch with the laundry, I pick it up, it's ready to be
Yeah.
folded, and I put it back into the dryer and close it because then
I
it's
do the
out of
same.
sight,
I
out of
love that.
mind. And then I'm like, okay, my couch is cleared. Now, what else
Yeah.
can I throw some toys downstairs?
Yeah.
Shut the door. And then my space upstairs is a little bit nicer. And then I can focus. And then I feel like, wow,
That's so
my mood
funny.
is much better now.
I do that too.
Now, I'm not going to go open my basement doors because I'm not going to be able to walk in there. But for right now, we'll get to that later. That's another project
Yeah.
this winter when we're downstairs,
And
playing.
that's what you're
Then we'll
doing.
organize.
You're lowering the bar on some of those other
Yes,
things.
lower the bar. I love that because how many times do we think that we need to be like, the bar needs to be
Yeah.
so high? No.
Yeah.
Even for if you're starting with like workouts too, if you're just getting started, don't set your bar so high that you
Oh
want to
my gosh.
quit.
Yeah.
So take that now to the things that you have to do that aren't workout related
Mm-hmm.
and lower the standard a little bit so you can start getting things done and then your bar will start raising.
Yeah. And a lot of us too, I think why motherhood is hard is because we're so type A.
Hmm.
so type A. We're so used to getting things done at that 100% level,
Yes.
perfect level. And then when you step into this role as a mama, you realize some things you just can't do perfectly. Some
Right.
things, the laundry doesn't get folded. You said days, weeks.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay, right?
And
It
honestly, when
happens.
you think about it, your kids don't care.
No.
Like, they really just want this time with you, and when you can be present,
Yeah.
even if it's a small amount of time, if you could fully be present, that's going to mean the most.
Yeah.
That quality time sometimes over quantity, and I
Mm,
feel like for me, I'm giving the quantity a
mhm.
lot, and I have to focus on quality because I have
I
so much
like
time with
this.
them.
Yeah.
Where I have to be like, okay, now, yes, we have all day and all night together, but I'm going to make sure that at this point of the day that I'm going to play Barbies or
Yeah.
that I'm going to do this. Can I do it all day, every day? No. So I need to make sure I have time set aside for that quality
Uh,
time spent with them. Whereas my husband, it's the opposite. He
mhm.
is more quality time versus quantity because he's
Mm.
not around a lot. And so when he is home, he's making sure that he is paying attention to them or playing with them or, spending time because he doesn't have all day and all night with them.
That's beautiful. Quality over quantity. I think this
Yeah.
is so good. So good. That's like a whole new tip. So that was like tip number
Tip
8,
number
if you
seven,
didn't, or
8,
7.
10,
What are
7,
we?
6, 12.
All right, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Hang on. Hang on. All right. Last one. Ooh,
What is
you're
this?
not ready.
I'm not ready.
Ask for help earlier than you think you need it. Support shouldn't feel like a last resort. It's how we stay regulated. Oh,
Ooh, ask for help.
what?
How do we do that?
I know, right? And earlier than we think
Man.
we need it.
Yeah. By the time you're asking, it's like too late
Yeah,
because we're about to
you're
explode.
gone.
Oh my, that's a good one. And that is so hard. I am someone who
Mm,
will not ask for help.
mm. I've gotten better. I've definitely gotten
But it's
better.
so necessary.
Yeah.
It is so necessary. And sometimes as the mom or the wife, we do have to just say, hey, can you give the kids a bath tonight? Or can you
Mm,
put away the dishes? If it's not just happening, sometimes we expect it just to happen on its own, right? And
yeah.
that's not always the case. So we have to actually ask for that help.
Yeah.
And that could be hard,
Yeah.
but man, it helps so much. Or even like outside of the home, asking for help.
And sometimes too, you kind of noted this in there a little bit. I will make statements even to my husband that, "Hey, I want you to help with this, like, routinely, but I don't wanna always have to ask you to help."
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like as moms, we're managing the household,
Yes.
and that feels like another task on our to-do
It
list.
is.
So
Yes.
I've been more
I
vocal
like that.
about this lately, and I will say, "This is something I want you to help with all the time,
Mhm.
and I don't wanna have to kind of continually." I say it nice, I didn't come out.
No, it's good. Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
nice.
so good.
But I do because I don't wanna have to constantly ask because it's just another to-do on my to-do
Yeah,
list if I have to ask you to help me all the time.
right, and I think it's so good that you have that communication.
Yeah.
So if you are wanting that help, then you just have to ask.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to ask though, and this is kind of where I've fall short, then you have to be okay with doing it
Yeah.
and not
Oh.
be bitter or
Mhm.
be annoyed or whatever because you didn't ask. You didn't. And
Mhm.
should we always have to ask? No. But if
Yeah.
you communicate with that and
Yeah.
say, hey, I don't always want to ask, and then it's kind of like, oh, then they have it in their mind, like, okay, actually, this is something that she needs help with regularly.
Mhm.
I'll start making this like a habit. That's going to take some time though in
Yeah.
communication. But if you, like for me, a lot of times, I just, as my role, I know that I'm going to be giving baths. I'm going to be doing bedtime and, a lot of times cooking just depends. But with our schedules, that's I am there for that,
Mhm.
right? And so I don't expect it to be done, and I've just come to terms like this is what I'm doing. These are my tasks to do, and I got to be okay with it. It doesn't get
Mhm.
exhausting and tiring, and yes, but it's
Yeah.
part of my identity as a mom, and my husband's not around a lot, and so that's why I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
I know our schedules, and I know that this is going to fall back on me, and so once you just take ownership of that and
Yeah.
then you just do it, that bitterness is gone. If you
Yeah.
have a husband that's around and you want to help more, then communicate. Let
I
them
think it's
know.
and I think too, what we're saying here is each couple, each family might be a little bit different here,
Yeah.
but the most important thing is to identify roles, right?
Yes.
With each other. Like sit down
Yes.
with your significant other and say, "All right, so here's going to be my roles in the household and here's what I need you um to kind of pick up the slack
Right.
in." Or, maybe they tell you, "Well, here's what I'm going to do and I need you to keep showing up in these lanes."
Yeah.
As long as you're, like, identifying roles, I feel like it could lead to so much less bitterness
Yes.
and so much less, frustration when you're going through those
Mhm.
motions.
And I think it's so important that you said too, like, as the woman to talk to our
Yeah,
significant other and see what they need from us too. Like we already feel like we're doing it all. So
yeah.
what else could they need? Let's be honest.
You say, like,
But
"What do you need from me?"
well, what do you need? We won't get into that too deep
I'll say
because we know what they're gonna say.
right.
But to have that communication and to really see that there might be other things too,
Yeah,
and how are we gonna know? Just like they don't know. We expect them to know what we need, but until
yeah,
they actually say it, we won't really know. So have that conversation,
yeah,
identify your roles, and then you just do it and realize that you're making a difference, especially if it's
yeah,
for your kids.
yeah,
And I think of that a lot. Like when
yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh, when I used to be, changing diapers, I'm like, someone else changed this diaper. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is not about who changes diapers. This is
mm,
about making sure my child is clean.
yeah,
I'm like, that's
yeah,
not fair to the kid. So take a step back, especially when on those moments that you're feeling so frustrated. Go get that fresh breath of air.
yes.
um,
Take
you
those
know,
deep
take
breaths.
those deep breaths and then realize, okay, what do I need to focus on right now?
Mm,
Is it am I mad, because I'm the one that has to do this? Or should I just really think about, okay, I get to do this,
yeah,
right? Like
that's
I
really
get,
great.
and I
Mhm,
have to think of that too. Like, and I know you guys as well, when you have all that laundry and you're like, oh my gosh, it's just never ending. But
yeah,
like, we get to fold little kid laundry,
yeah,
like
that's cute.
it is a blessing.
I don't mind actually.
It is, right, and Charlie's gonna start doing it for you. So
Yeah.
just trying to change that perspective too. In those moments of frustration, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna have those moments,
Mhm.
but just trying to, think about that in a different light.
Back to the roles. I'm gonna call my husband real quick. We gotta we gotta chat. All right. So lastly, I think everybody needs to hear this who's listening. Overstimulation is not a personal failure. It
Mhm.
is simply a nervous system asking for more support. So, if you're a mama and any of these tips and tricks resonated with you, try them. I'm going to try them.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going to try them
Yep.
just to feel a little bit better day to day.
That's right, and remember this is a season, and we will get through it, and even
Yeah.
on the hardest days, we still get through it because we're moms, and that's what we do. So keep your head up high.
Mm,
Realize the amazingness that you are doing for your children, for
yeah.
your family.
Yeah.
Give yourself a little break. Give yourself lots of grace, and we're going to get through this together.
You're doing great.